What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Southall, back again with another video, and today I'm here with my Monday Night Raw review for July the 11th, 2016. The show just went off the air like 5 or 10 minutes ago, which is pretty weird because usually when I do a Raw review I'll wait a couple of hours and then do it, but I'm doing it straight away this time for some reason, and I thought the show was actually quite good. It was a lot better than last week's episode because it was filled with a bunch of American shit, as you can tell from my little 10-second video last week. So I want to make a proper review this week. I thought there was enough stuff on here to make it interesting, so yeah, let's get right into it. So we open up with not a promo, again with an actual battle royal, which is always nice to see. I like when WWE decides to open up the show with a match and, you know, not a 20-minute authority segment like every other fucking show. So we had and it was a number one contenders battle royal for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz was on commentary with Maurice, you know, pretty much talking shit the entire match. And it was pretty much, you know, every lower mid-card jobber in this match. I think, so everyone was getting eliminated. I believe Ziggler and Corbin were like the last two during the match, and they ended up getting eliminated. Del Rio was also in the last bit of this match, and he got eliminated, and all that shit. And so Apollo Crews, I thought he was going to do well, but during the end of the match, it was, I believe, Apollo Crews. Was it Apollo and Del Rio? I think so. It was Apollo and someone else, and they were fighting near the during the entranceway thing, and they both ended up getting eliminated. And so Darren Young, if you don't know, he's had a million fucking vignettes during the last 2 or 3 months. He actually made his debut tonight under his new Make Darren Young Great Again character, and so he was in the corner somewhere. Apollo and the other dude get eliminated, and Darren wins. So he's going to be facing Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, I'm guessing at Battleground or sometime in the future. Yeah, really cool. I'm happy to see that Darren Young is getting this big win now that Bob Backlund is in his side. It should be really interesting to see where they go with this whole Make Darren Young Great Again. I mean, they were chanting for his name right after the match, so they must be doing something right. So yeah, congratulations Darren Young, even though you didn't really do much. You just saw the 2 other guys eliminate each other in one, which is a bit of a weird way. So anyway, let's get into the next segment. So we had Stephanie and Shane McMahon bickering in the back as usual, and then Seth Rollins approaches them and says, hey guys, I've got this cool idea for tonight. How about we do something where I've interviewed Roman Reigns, and let's do our own segment called the Rollins Report. You know, how does that sound? Is it all good? So Shane and Stephanie go, yeah, alright, that sounds alright with me. And yeah, so Rollins announced that he's going to show an interview with Roman Reigns, and I use that in quotation marks, and yeah, it should be very interesting. So then we get, I believe, sometime after that, Zack Ryder was walking in the back, and I think, did he run into Sheamus? I'm pretty sure he did, and before, and had a bit of a squabble with him, which led to a match between Zack Ryder and Sheamus, and I think Sheamus picked up the win. I'm not too sure there. So yeah, I say because he won the, I think it was the big 18 bazillion man tag team match last week, USA versus Team Foreign. So yeah, Sheamus ended up getting the win in a match. I think so. I'm just looking through. Then we get to Xango versus the Lucha Dragons. These two had a bit of a confrontation on the pre-show, and then decided to face in tag team action, which was pretty cool. These guys had an alright match. If there's one thing I'd like to point out, is that Kalisto does that really nice move when like someone is kneeling, and then he'll run up to someone and he'll do like a running head scissors and then smash their head into the ground. I love that move. But there was also a bit during the match where I think Kalisto tried to do a springboard off the second rope or something like that, and he slipped and fucked up, which was bad. But how this ended, Kalisto ended up getting, or Sin Cara or whatever, ended up being stuck in between like the turnbuckle area, and his like butt was showing. It was really cool. No, not cool, but it was silly. And then Breeze kicks him in the gut, rolls him up, and ends up getting the win, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, Breezango ended up getting the win. I wonder how they're gonna push up in the tag team division. We'll just have to wait and see. Then we get to the Rollins Report, and he pretty much comes out there. Of course, new set, even though he just announced it like a couple of minutes before the graphics team are on standby. It's like, oh yeah, we can do a Rollins Report for you, mate. And he's pretty much saying how Roman Reigns has been lying to the fans and how he's truly a disgusting person. And so we go to a pre-recorded interview, according to Seth, and Seth's pretty much asking, you know, what do you think about the fans and all that, and what do you feel about this triple threat match? And he gets past interviews from Roman and puts them in as answers, which is really funny. And he says, do you believe you should be deleted from the triple threat match? And Roman's like, yes, definitely. So it was a really funny segment where he's just getting footage from past Roman interviews. And then Dean Ambrose comes out and cuts one hell of a promo on Seth Rollins, saying that he doesn't care if it's a triple threat or one-on-one, he will fight anyone for his title, and just, you know, cutting a really intense promo on how he's the man. And then Seth says something about who's the best in the Shield, and these two just cut one fucking hell of a promo between each other. And then, you know, Ambrose then leaves, holds up the title and all that. I thought they were going to get into a fight, but of course, Ambrose is like, you know what? How about tonight we face for the WWE Championship? And Rollins is like, yeah, let's do it next week. And then he leaves. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. They're just calling it the WWE title now, which I'm fine with. I prefer calling it the WWE Championship, in my opinion, than WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know, it's just a bit lengthy in my opinion, but yeah, so that match next week, I feel like it's going to be fucking awesome. If this promo indicates anything, I feel like these two guys are going to put on one hell of a show next week on Raw. So we get to Sami Zayn on commentary, and he's about to commentate the match between Kevin Owens and Cesaro. However, Kevin Owens is then backstage talking with Stephanie McMahon and is like, hey, can you please get Sami Zayn out from the commentary table because I don't want him distracting me in my match and all that. Stephanie says, yeah, fine. Then security comes and gets rid of Sami, and Sami's like, but wait, I'm meant to be here. You guys told me to be a commentary. And so the security takes him out, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn walk past each other, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat up each other, of course, as they usually do. And they then break up the fight between each other, and then Kevin Owens has his match with Cesaro. The really cool match. For some reason, Cesaro did like a head scissors from out of nowhere, which is pretty cool. How this match ended was Kevin Owens picked up Cesaro and did like a reverse neck breaker kind of thing, where he swishes him around like an F5, but then like drops him into like a reverse cutter thing, which I thought was really cool. And that's how Kevin Owens won. So no pop-up powerbomb tonight. So I really like how Kevin Owens is implementing more moves into his moveset. I think that's really cool. And yeah, Cesaro also did like a senton off of the apron, which I thought was pretty cool during the match. Yeah, these two guys always have awesome matches between each other. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more. But before that, we actually had Vince McMahon in a limo, and then he rolls up and he gets interviewed by Renee Young saying, okay, what's your agenda for tonight? And then Vince says, I'm going to announce the commissioner for Raw and SmackDown. So yeah, then after that we have Heath Slater taking on Titus O'Neil. The Social Outcast before made fun of how Titus let America down and his kids down and all that kind of crap. So yeah, Titus O'Neil went to face Heath Slater, easily beat him, and yeah, so that's enough of that segment. Then we get to this Wyatt family New Day segment. It was really, really weird. Yeah, it was pretty much like a horror movie kind of thing where, yeah, the Wyatt family just cruises in a car and all that. And then we see a little glimpse of Sister Abigail in there. And pretty much the New Day and Wyatt family just pretty much beat the shit out of each other the whole time. They landed mud, they're throwing tires at each other. It was pretty crazy. And then, like, right after that, New Day looks around. They're all side by side. And there's a whole bunch of people in sheep masks holding lanterns. And, you know, the fireflies are lit up and all that shit. And so New Day's like, yeah, you know what, fuck this, I'm out of here, and they all leave. So yeah, what's up with wrestling companies now implementing, these kind of, movie-like promos and backstage shit, like, TNA did the infamous final deletion. By the way, my reaction video of that has over 1,000 views, which is fucking insane. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback on that as well. Incredible. Thank you so much. But yeah, it seems like Lucha Underground has kind of revolutionized pro wrestling in a way, so that's really cool. So yeah, that was the Wyatt Family New Day segment. Really, really weird. I don't know how the hell they're going to explain that next week on Raw, but I'm sure they'll find a way, maybe. And the same goes with Xavier Woods. Maybe he'll say, hey, I proved you guys right. They're not someone to fuck with. And they're like, yeah, alright. Then we get a tag team match between Enzo and Big Cass versus the Club. Of course, the Club are still obsessed with beating up John Cena. They wanted to go to the ESPYs where Cena is hosting and beat up John Cena in a joking fashion. And then Enzo and Cass say, hey, look, everyone wants Cena's spot, but unlike you guys, we're going to earn it. And they do the typical soft stuff, and they have a really good tag team match. If there's one thing I love about Big Cass is, like, when Enzo hits that hot tag on Big Cass, he comes in like a locomotive, just beating the shit out of everyone. But this match, unfortunately, ended in disqualification, like every fucking match on Raw. But never to fear, because John Cena ends up showing up anyway, because why the fuck not? He comes in and helps out Enzo and Cass clear the Club and AJ Styles. And yeah, I feel like this 6-man tag could be fucking awesome. I love Enzo and Cass, and I love the Club, and Cena's, yeah, he's John Cena. Yeah, and we all know Cena can put on a good match, and with these 5 other guys involved, I feel like this should be a cracker of a match. Seriously, Battleground is looking like an awesome pay-per-view, and right on top of that, with like the draft right before it, there's going to be a lot of crazy shit happening, in my opinion. Then we get to Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke. Sasha had a promo earlier on about how she was the real boss, now she's going to beat Dana Brooke tonight. And yeah, these two girls had a really good match. Of course, Sasha hit the bank statement to get the win, and then Charlotte pretty much cut some sort of weird promo on Sasha, pretty much stating, I'm the real boss, and all that shit. But it's weird because sometimes, don't get me wrong, Charlotte I think is a great heel champion. Like, a lot of people legit hate her. But it feels like something's a little bit off when she's, like, cutting her promos. I don't know why. Maybe it's, like, the way she's delivering them or something like that. I don't know. Like, I feel like she's missing something. That's what I'm feeling. But I think if she can get all of that stuff together, and, it won't be that hard for her, I think she can be a tremendous heel. But she's still great, but she does need a lot of work in order to make that, big time status as a great heel. But you know what? I cannot wait for Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. I think those two girls will have an incredible match. Then we get to the final segment of the night, which is Vince McMahon announcing who is going to be the commissioner for Raw and SmackDown. And pretty much Stephanie and Shane pretty much have a go at each other and try to convince Vince, who's going to run Raw and SmackDown. And it's like, oh, pick me, and all that. And Stephanie's pretty much being a bitchy heel as usual. And then Shane's like, hey, would you prefer her or me? And the crowd goes crazy for Shane. And then Vince is like, alright, because I don't give a crap what any of these fans think. Alright, cut the truth out, Vince. And then he says, okay, the commissioner for SmackDown, give me a drum roll, damn it, is Shane McMahon. And he's going, yeah, I did it. He's like, hey, calm down. That means you must relieve your duties of Raw, and that means Stephanie McMahon is in charge of Raw. And Stephanie's like, yeah, yes, which is pretty funny. And then Vince goes, okay, guys, so you must pick a general manager to run your day-to-day duties, and you will pick him out next week. So he leaves, and then Stephanie says some shit, slaps Shane because, she has to say something bitchy and bury someone. Oh my god. Why does she have to, like, either slap someone or just bury someone in a promo? Just fuck you, Stephanie McMahon, you fucking whore, honestly. I still love you, by the way. It's just your character angers me. But, so, yeah, that was how we ended the show. Pretty good episode, in my opinion. The stuff with Dean and Seth, I thought, you know, without Roman, man, these two are really carrying this triple threat build-up in an incredible way. With the whole Rollins Report segment and the stuff with him interviewing Roman, I thought was really funny. And so, we have the big question. Who's going to be the GMs for Raw and SmackDown on the Raw before the draft? So, in my prediction, I say that Triple H is going to run Raw because, you know, it's Stephanie's husband and it kind of makes sense. But I feel like for the SmackDown GM, I feel like Shane's going to pick someone that a fan favorite, like someone that the crowd absolutely loves. Maybe someone like Daniel Bryan. You know, I've heard a lot of things about, maybe Daniel Bryan might be running a show too, which would be awesome because, you know, he loves his business and I think the fans fucking love him. He does the yes chants and all that. I also think someone like really, really big, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think that would be fucking rad. I did think The Rock, but it's like, there's no way he's going to be there forever. But I feel like Daniel Bryan will definitely be a good choice for SmackDown and Triple H a good choice for Raw. And yeah, this is it for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this episode, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You're glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackamanLove31 if you want to check me out there. Also, follow my fellow Bullshit Club members, Mr. HTV and the 5'8". Their channel's in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.